Giants won a game? What the fuck?
Yep.
Russo, San Francisco?
No.
Nah, New York, Frankston.
It's the Workers Club. It's Larry, it's Gus, it's Wilson. And did everyone have a good holiday?
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Gus, you want to talk
No,
about
it was fine.
it? Guy, keep prodding. Gus, was it fine? Okay. We're doing Ed Ferrara now. We're doing Dark Consequences. These are the dark consequences of Vince Russo. Huh? You like that, Larry?
Sure.
Okay. Well, in Vince Russo's book, he said that not one more word could have been written, pen to paper, put the typewriters away. Ed Ferrara came out with a book that he's read. So sorry, Shakespeare, you're toast. This was the greatest work of fiction he'd ever read in his life.
Was that his
And,
quote?
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Yeah. Okay.
No more words in fiction needed to be written. He's putting everybody to shame with this book. And so then I tried to find the book, and I couldn't find the book because Ed's website is no longer existing, and his cafe press shop no longer exists. And all you could find when you typed it in was one guy, J.R. Lamar, a blogger who blogged about purchasing it and reading it. And then you have one forum where somebody said, anyone to read Ed Ferrara's book? And then somebody said he didn't release an autobiography. It was a horror novel. And that's it. And J.R. Lamar had just kind of, he gave it an A. And, he said, this isn't my thing. This is a very thin book. He didn't like paying the $14.95 for it, plus shipping.
Why are you
But
off
he
camera?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Okay.
I don't know.
You really? Yeah.
Camera. Oh, okay. I don't know. So he. Are we good? Am I recording all
No,
that?
you're
Okay.
good. So you got a hold
Okay.
of JR. Yes, finish your story.
I did. That's why we went on Blue Sky, because that's where he was.
Okay.
I typed in his name and he came up on Blue Sky, and that was my first Blue Sky skeet. Was saying, "Hey JR, will you sell me your copy of this book? Do you have it?" And he did. And I think he overcharged me, but he wanted to make his money back, and I understand that. I understand, JR. And this guy also reached out to Ed and was like, "Hey, where's Father's Day? The book you teased at the end." And Ed never got back to him. But I did see, looking on IMDb, Ed Ferrara, it was credited with a screenplay in 2008, Agent One Half, where he seemed to be trying to work with Warwick Davis. And I'm going to send you guys the link here in the Discord, because somebody made a website. There you go, Gus. You're the gut tech guy. Tell me about this website that somebody made here, Willow Tree Productions. And now you see Agent One Half, not half, just one half.
Oh man, this website's old as shit.
Half the agent, twice the man.
Or Internet Explorer 4.0 or higher.
Nice.
Wow, this is you said 2008?
Yeah,
Five.
that's what it said on IMDb.
This website is from like
on his
website
IMDb.
says
So this was
2005.
So it's been in the works for a while. First they did the website, and then they brought in Ed in 2008. Yeah,
he makes the poster first, and then he makes the movie.
Somebody made this poster here.
No synopsis.
No.
Cast bios, just that Warwick Davis is in it, huh?
Yeah, another little people. What are they like? What?
Oh yeah, 1/5 Arturo Gil. What was he in? He's got an oeuvre, Spaceballs, Honey I Shrunk. Oh, is that
That's
where he
maybe
met
that.
Ed Ferrara?
That might be. And then the
Honey I
guy
Shrunk the
making it,
Kids.
the guy responsible for this is a special effects guy, so maybe that also.
Remember we watched that episode.
Yes, sir. And then there's I was thinking it says half the agent, twice the man. Shouldn't it be half the man, twice the
Yes,
agent?
that is exactly
Okay.
what it should say.
Okay. I just so,
Maybe he's just super manly though. Maybe he's like our friend. Who were we talking about with the big
he's
hog the other day?
me.
Uh,
I don't know. Who? I mean, we know so many people with
Maybe he's just a really
hogs.
shitty. Maybe he sucks at his job, but he's just like the best man in the world.
Wendy,
I don't know.
Sudi, but Sudi doesn't have a huge hog.
No, we were. It's fine. I've been doing a lot of drugs on vacation.
It's the holidays.
It is.
And as always, we know this is a new book. What are either of your experiences with Ed Ferrara? I mean, how deep into Ferrara lore, Gus, start?
I mean, I recently watched his Oklahoma run. That was fun.
Yeah.
He looked like a big asshole in Teen A2. If you ever saw him do play-by-play, he had like fucking dreads and like
Oof.
Hawaiian shirt. It was a rough look.
Yeah, I was looking at him today on what like his IMDb picture, and then like just the stuff that comes up, like his picture from a con with Vince Russo, and my first thought was this guy looks like the Queer Eye guys got a hold of him. That
that's
like,
what
or
you
maybe,
think about everybody. You've done this bit.
No. He looks like, maybe he had longer hair, dreads, you say, and then they trimmed him up. They're like, you got to wear some color, maybe a nice earring to, a little accent. He wears the earring there on his right ear. He looks like maybe he enjoys Key West. What's wrong? Fine.
Oh,
Later,
God,
you're shaking.
I just saw the picture that Gus
Yeah.
posted. I don't know about that one.
He was a real hard-ass professor during the Russo
See,
episode.
that's pre Queer Eye. Then the Fab Five get a hold of him, clean him up. Now he looks good. Now he's a professor, correct? And at Full Sail, because weren't we in a previous episode looking at his student reviews?
Yeah.
And they
He
weren't
would be
a fan.
36 years old in that picture.
Wow. What an
I
asshole.
don't know what that says, but
When you're 36 and you look like Gary Oldman from True Romance.
yeah.
Larry, Ed Ferrara, big fan.
No, but he doesn't get the heat Russo does. He seems to be a lackey. He
He
smartly.
seems better just keeping his head down and keeping quiet.
Yeah, I mean, remember he's the one who got the clause put in the contracts to actually get paid when they got fired. So good for him. He had paid on, and they told him he wouldn't be head writer anymore. He's like, all right, I'll just keep working, and points again for just doing your fucking job.
Yeah. And he's the guy that leaves in Vince's book when they're like, we can't pay you. And he's like, okay. Yeah. And he starts gathering stuff out of his desk.
He did obtain a Master's of Fine Arts from the University of Southern Maine.
Interesting.
So I got respect for him. No, you don't think that.
You would. I think.
At least he teaches college. He's not a high school athletic director.
What's fine art in Southern Maine? Stephen King?
Listen, I thought it might have been one of those, like, what is it, like Southwest Delaware State? That's like one of the for-profit colleges you see. This is a legit school, though.
There you go. He's an academic. He says we looked up some of the people he thanks in the book, and they all seem to be working for the old University of Chicago. Mm-hmm. As far as now this is a fiction. We've only done one other fiction book, Ben Peller's.
Two.
Did we do another one? What was the other one that was
Sophie.
fiction? Oh, that's right. Sorry, Sean. Whoops. Well, I know this is a real battle. Sean Oliver, Ed Ferrara. Who's going to grip us? Who's
From what I've
writing
read already,
movies?
Ed's already way better.
Ed's way better. I would agree with that.
It's by the numbers shit, but at least it makes sense and is concise.
And Gus was saying earlier before record that he's not really doesn't have too many touchstones with fiction and horror fiction. I've read some Dean Koontz. I've read quite a bit of Stephen King. Larry, where are you at on the fiction, the spooky, I don't
think I've ever read any. Sophie was
Never read any?
Well, I read the Dark Half when I was like 13.
So you haven't read like It or anything like that, or I couldn't even name you a Dean Koontz book, but I know I've read them.
Koontz isn't horror, is he?
Yeah, he's horror.
Okay.
He's like in the Stephen King vein.
Okay.
I remember reading. There was a collection of short stories that he wrote where it was like the cop investigating the grisly murders was, all he knew it was an alien because he was hunting down. He was an alien.
Okay.
Like that stuff. Well, I was going to read a real brief passage of Frankenstein just so we have a bar. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley and then Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Bram Stoker.
Barely knew it.
Bram Stoker.
That's the porn version.
Okay. Stoker. Bram Stoker. Sorry. Jeez. Here's some Frankenstein. And a few minutes after, I heard the creaking of my door, as if someone endeavored to open it softly. I trembled. I would be, right now, if that was written, I'd be like, endeavored to open itself, tried to open it, okay. I remember from head to foot, I felt a presentiment of who it was, and wished to rouse one of the peasants who dwelt in a cottage not far from mine, but I was overcome by the sensation of helplessness, so often felt in frightful dreams, when you in vain endeavor to fly from an impending danger and was rooted to the spot. You scared? You know how like dreams where you're like, oh, I'm scared. Yeah. What about this one? Then I braced myself again to my horrid task, and found by wrenching away tomb tops one other of the sisters, the other dark one, I dared not pause to look on her as I had on her sister, lest once more I should begin to be enthralled. But I go on searching until presently I find in a high great tomb, as if made to one much beloved, that other fair sister which, like Jonathan, I had seen her to gather herself out of the atoms of the mist.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's good prose.
Larry likes it. But are you scared? What about if I read you the passage in It where Stephen King has all the children have an orgy at the end? They all have to lose their virginity. They all have to lose their virginity to the one girl in the group that will save them. It's supernatural. Okay, it's not what you think it is. Okay, the space turtle's making them do it.
Okay.
All right. And this is like he was saying, because he was like $14.95. Because look, if you can see this is a very tiny book, and the lettering is actually pretty large for a book. But there it is, and he made this himself. So let's get into it.
That's pretty obvious.
Forward.
I just want you to know a little more backstory. Ed Ferrara in 1996 won the Slammers Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship.
Wow.
Under the name Bruce Bodine.
Nice.
Let me find some footage of that.
Would he be like Vince Russo, where he's like, but I was never a fan. I don't even know how I ended up here, actually.
I don't think he can claim that. I mean, Russo shouldn't be able to either, but pretty sure, yeah, Ed was trained and all that.
He knew. Finally, when he was Oklahoma, he's like, finally, Bruce Bodine gets to shine. Forward. When I was a kid, about 6 or 7 years old at best, and I immediately was like, at best, he had an undying fascination with monsters And when he says monsters, I mean monsters. Karloff's Frankenstein footnote alert. Like most kids my age, I had yet to grasp the fundamental difference between Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. To me, the ugly, lumbering, bolt-necked bastard was Frankenstein. He was big and scary, and that was that.
I feel like that footnote was more to inform, and he's really just showing off that you're a fucking idiot if you think the monster is Frankenstein.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I think that, because obviously I don't.
I like that take. I just figured he was like Brian, like Vince. You know, he's doing a what's the deal? It's Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein. That's what I took from it.
I'm more cynical.
Like he's gatekeeping Universal monsters. Idiots. Hey, look, so he's talking about Lugosi's Dracula, Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the whole gang. You know, they got the movies with the ridiculous blare of ominous orchestral horns. Those suckers had been real, and I was getting Vince Russo vibes from this forward. They were real. It's all about being real. Now, he talks about that when he's a kid, he was scared of basements, the nerve-wracking descent into the eerie darkness, or a bat out of hell run back up into the light. And I wrote, yes, I am familiar with this feeling as a child. You know, the basement, and you're bolting up the stairs, or you're... Anybody else? No basements? No? Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
To my younger brother's dismay, you know, of turning off the lights and bolting upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Not cool. He did not like that. Okay, so he isn't scared about Frankenstein chasing him, because even I knew that Frank just wasn't that fast. I still thought they were the coolest things. He's talking about the Universal monsters since Shaker makers.
I just looked those up because I've never heard of those.
Yeah, Shaker. I wrote Shaker makers.
1970s toy.
Now, being a Universal Monsters guy, that is a type of guy. My wife worked with a guy that was a Universal Monsters guy.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys big on Hollywood's spooky monsters? Are you a big fan of those, the gang?
No, but I used to listen to Gilbert Gottfried's podcast, which was all about movies, and he would cover this period, especially. He loved doing the fucking, Lon Chaney and Karloff.
Lon Chaney! Is that how he said it?
Yes.
Frankenstein! It's not Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster. Something like that.
But as for me, I've never seen one classic horror film.
Yeah, me either. I've seen Young Frankenstein.
There you go.
Scared the hell out of me.
So, at the same tender age, Ed loved building models, cars, spaceships, planes, you name it. And for his 7th Christmas, he got a hybrid mother lode, quote unquote. It was an Aurora plastic model kit of the Universal monsters. And they were all glow-in-the-dark models, just to up the creep factor for 7-year-old mad scientists like myself. Even my dad knew the boy, as he references himself here in the book, had a tendency to be a bit liberal with that damn glue. Oh, he's talking about his dad's newspaper-covered workbench. He's spending all day creating these models. And then he finishes them. Small problem, the models are incredibly lame looking. And so he's looking at them, and because of the glow in the dark pieces, it made them all look like they were wearing fraternity vests, for Christ's sakes. Well, now he's prepared for life, being severely disappointed in things. Drac and the boys, You know, he's trying to sleep, but then he's seeing them, and now the glow in the dark is working, and it's their faces and it's their hands, so it looks like they're coming out of the darkness, trying to get him this model of the universal monsters that he built, put together, what have you, glued. In the blackness of the room, they no longer resembled mutant frat boys. Some trans-dimensional portal to Monsterland had opened up on that shelf. So then Ed starts screaming, and his dad is in the room. He puts the models in the closet, and he thinks his dad is thinking, the boy spends all day building the damn things, and now he's afraid to have them in his room with him? Where did I go wrong, Lord?
What part of the country are we in geographically?
New Jersey. New Jersey. That didn't sound like New Jersey?
I thought he's from Arizona.
I read that he was born in New Jersey. Maybe I was wrong. Okay. All right. That sounded like Arizona too, to be honest.
Yeah, nailed it.
The boy spends all day. I don't know what I'm doing. Unholy triumvirate of evil is in his closet. I had made these creatures that had elicited such intense real feelings of fear and panic, and to be able to create something that can cause that sort of an honest emotional reaction is everything a writer hopes for. Him and Vince, you know. Let's see, is this book, Dark Consequences, gonna... That's the bar right there. Are we gonna get honest emotional reactions? So says Oklahoma. The man that gave us Oklahoma.
I don't honest emotional reaction to anything in the last fucking 30 years. It's all just...
Oh, no. What if this changes you, Gus? This book, Dark Consequences, it becomes your favorite fiction book. You're so...
Hey, anything's possible.
You're always like, why don't they make this the movie? Like, God, it's so good. The characters. So, here are some of Ed's new monster that
How
he's
much would Ed tell us the rights for?
I mean, he wants to be a part of it, so...
Okay. If we wanted to make a Tubi movie, he'd want some action on it.
Yeah, he wants to be a producer. He wants that credit. What was that Showtime on horror anthology series? Was it Masters of Horror?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. What would Ed Ferrara? We just do his book.
Masters of Bore.
Yeah, there you go. These are new monsters that Ed has given birth to. It all began with an idea that hit me after a phone call from an obnoxious telemarketer, which inspired my first story, Out of Area. And now snowballed from there. And I did write snowballed from there. Okay.
Now, does this email address work anymore?
I don't know.
I mean, okay.
I don't know. Do you think that, I mean, the telemarketer doesn't know what they've unleashed upon the world? That because of them, this is out here, and now this is happening. Before I knew it, which is something I just don't like when people say, before I knew it, I had written a good
God
size...
damn, I can't type anything to you anymore because you're sitting here like with your red pen. I don't like that.
What's wrong?
It's not the right word. That's not English.
Well, I nailed Steve's dumbass. Who spells doofus like that?
We were all thinking it.
Before I knew it, I'd written a good-sized handful of short stories. A good-sized handful. Unfortunately, they were all more or less unpublishable. Not due to any lack of quality, I hope you'll agree, but because of their length. It's like, what? I started getting confused. I was like,
I know.
Have you seen how thick most Stephen King novels are? Like,
yeah.
But even short stories, like, there are some fucking Cheever stories that, are like 60 pages.
Well,
especially in this day and age, there's literally no reason to not publish anything. You can put it out in any number of mediums. The only barrier is you.
Yeah, I made that note. I think we're all on the same page. And I also wrote, like, why is he even writing this? Why is he going down this road in the forward? Be like, this is why it's self-published, just to be clear. You see
I
the
did
horror
see
market.
Todd is God at my local Barnes & Noble.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you think Sean would? Do you think we can get an interview again after what happened?
No. I think he's petty.
You see, the horror market is not exactly booming right now. This is 2003, I believe.
Okay, that's definitely fair.
So he talks about, like, yes, there's magazines and anthologies and what have you, and small press magazines and websites. The problem is that most of the submission guidelines for these magazines and sites request stories far shorter than those that I've written, and these are not long.
No.
And so he finds himself writing these stories that are too long to be short and too short to be long. Okay.
I mean, listen, I could knock that first one down by half if he wanted to send it into a magazine.
Yes. And also, it's a magazine. It's more about word count. Their buddy. You can make the word count there. They can make it in 6 magazine pages. What are we doing? Playboy? Where's he submitting?
Highlights magazine.
He's he's going. You know what? I guess these stories that these monsters he's birthing are just not going to get published. Well, this didn't bother me in the least, as I had just started writing my first novel, tentatively titled Father's Day. I'm still working on it as I write this, and him and George R.R. are both still working on their on their works. He's immensely proud of it. Well, there you go. So proud, as a matter of fact, that I've included its prologue herein to whet your appetite for it. I'm going to be, if it turns out that that's really the good stuff at the end, I'm going to be, hey, like how everyone harasses George. When are you coming out with the book? When's it getting published? But then he's working on the novel, and I'm sure, I don't want to look at Ed's search history, but him researching outlets, and then he goes, I discovered Cafe Press Publishing. I realized that as I agonize over my big boy, I can create my own publishing opportunity for my shorter works, and you're holding the end result in your hand right here. Let's see what I wrote here. It's such a leap of seeing all the avenues to try and get published, not pursuing it, and seeing just doing it yourself and explaining why this is because of length. How much money did he make off selling these? Yes, I can't imagine much. I did have a friend whose art was actually sought after who decided, oh, you know what, I'll try to self-publish a book. And he did, and he many times expressed frustration to me about like how it was all, he was responsible for everything and he was barely making anything off of it because of that.
I mean, publishing's not the place you make money on your first probably several, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get that like big money contract out of the gate. You have to establish your work, put it out there, have it,
I was getting Vince Russo vibes from the I'm too old for Hollywood. They're not going to put themselves out there to let the work speak, to get rejected. I don't know. This thing of like it's too long or too short. Well, usually what they have the guidelines for submission. You write to those, and there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I truly hope you enjoyed these stories as much as I enjoyed writing them. And if you do like what you read
anyone
here,
who ever writes anything they write's an asshole.
Which I hope you enjoy this.
As much as I.
Oh, chill. I'm trying to think of any professional author story. Stephen King might have. Oh yeah, Stephen King would be like, if this made my Aunt Dolly, light up a cigarette on the porch in Maine, then I've done my job. And I hope you agree.
Rip Jimmy Carter.
Oh, did that sound like Jimmy Carter? Is that why you said that? Because that sounds
I
like
was just thinking
perfect
about
Jimmy
sitting on
Carter.
a porch, and they're just,
Oh.
maybe, on a porch at a peanut farm, enjoying a nice, lemonade.
He didn't want to give up that sweet hospice fentanyl, probably.
Oh yeah, no,
You just
that's
hold
awesome.
on as long
Keep
as you
mashing
can.
that button. Keep mashing that button. Yep.
I got Jimmy. There's Jimmy Carter.
Well, I don't.
My own government tried to work against me. Solar panels. My own party hated me.
Solar panels.
Solar panels. I installed them. That was me.
He had the Allman Brothers play the fucking inauguration, so he's goated in my book.
He's probably. I mean, I haven't really dug too deep into Jimmy Carter. Should I hate this man? Is there something dark within him? Let's see.
He didn't have much going on.
Yeah, and people would have said
globally.
Something.
Yeah, there are no drones.
Well, I see God on Blue Sky has blue skied. Welcome to heaven, Jimmy Carter. I love accounts like that.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Like George Takei just sitting there throughout the day, quipping on popular culture and the state of the world.
This is turning into Twitter. Jimmy Carter wrote a book, Our Endangered Values. I do remember that. I feel like he wrote a lot of books.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Wrestling too. That's a fucking wrestling connection.
Yeah, that too.
I feel like there was an
Does that
SNL
qualify
book?
Jimmy Carter's biography for the show?
It does. Did he have any conspiracies with Jesse too? Maybe that.
I don't think he did. I think he was.
Yeah, he was responsible for the Lyme disease. I mean, that happened under his administration, right?
Oh, okay.
So that's him coming. He's going, you gotta put the disease in the ticks. Okay. Whoever's in the head of this.
I don't care if we get one more goddamn thing done around here. Gotta get that disease in the ticks.
I do not. If Mark Hamill, now, yeah, I'm definitely Jimmy Carter, Mark Hamill. Honest, decent, principled, a lifetime of selfless service. Mark Hamill's going to tweet this about Joe Biden. So what does it matter? Tweeting this about Jimmy Carter. All right. So he wants to know, look, you love it, you hate it. Email me at dc@edferrara.com. Let me know what you think.
There's no way that works. Because, edferrara.com's not up anymore.
No. It's not like Dave's Eternal Juno account.
It could be. You can retain... Right? Can't you somehow keep your domain name email?
You don't have to have... Yeah, you can still have a SMTP server running under that domain. You don't have to necessarily have a website to have a domain.
I don't need all the technical talk now.
Dave has a MindSpring email.
Well, see, I think my dad still has his... What the fuck is it? Walmart Connect, which was like the ISP we had in the 90s. Somehow he's still got that email address.
How much does that cost him a month?
I have no idea. Probably nothing. I think it somehow it just still remains. Somehow it fell through the cracks of the internet. I feel like.
Wow.
God. Cartoon.
I'll email him. I'll see if it works.
Jimmy at the pearly gates. Yeah, just email him. Bad.
I'm as hard as you were writing it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
I loved those certain scenes that you
I
wrote.
would appreciate that though from like a erotic writer. Like, I hope you are as hard as I am as I was writing this. Like, you're damn straight I am.
The way I'm just picturing him and just rummaging as he's writing this stuff, and then Vince in his finished basement. also getting
Yeah.
just.
You finished Basement Scare, Ed, or is it just the unfinished ones?
So Ed says, without further ado, I'll let you check out my new monsters. And while there may not be a fraternity vest in the bunch, at least I hope to hell not, I expect that if you turn out the lights and open the closet door a crack, you just might see those glow-in-the-dark hands grasping towards you from the darkness. That's when we'll both know if I did my job well. Ed Ferrara, Chicago, Illinois, July 14th, 2003. Ooh.
Oh man, we were definitely same place, same time.
You were standing over his shoulder. Good job, Ed. Hey, keep
Yeah,
going.
could. Hey, I was. If he was at UIC around then, yeah, there could have been.
Well, he has special thanks. Speaking of University, Chicago, Illinois, right? Sonia Jackson, Gary K. Wolf, who I could not find Sonia Jackson because there are just so many of them. I assume it was one that popped up that said she has something to do with entertainment. Gary K. Wolf he is a fantasy fiction critic. Ranjit Sori, right?
I'm sorry.
My fellow writer and wonderful friend, says that he was kind of the editor on this to a degree. He was proofreading, and then Jackson and Wolf, they were giving them they were sounding boards. Finally, his greatest thanks to his beautiful wife Francine. And I'm not Larry, so I didn't look her up like a creepo.
On it.
who created the mask sculpture on the cover.
Have you ever known a hot Francine?
Yeah, ECW's the Queen of Extreme. Come on, what are you talking about? Big Francine fan over here.
Wow.
Right? Can't fight! Right, Gus? You like
Yeah,
that when
yeah.
Joey screams that?
No, listen, I had a poster from. You guys remember WoW magazine,
Oh,
the
absolutely.
alternative Reactor
Big
magazine?
glossy pages.
Hell yeah, they had like a Francine pull-out poster. Listen, that spent a lot of time underneath the bathroom sink.
Oh.
So what do we think about the mask she created? What's it supposed to be? The mask we wear? Looks to be... It's got some bedazzling around the eyes.
They're the PDF.
Oh, those are screws. So she drilled she drilled screws
Oh boy.
into the eye, around the eyes there.
Oh, they are. You're correct. I mean, can you hold up the book?
Yeah. This
So
is what
it
it
is
kind
like raised. Are the words raised?
no, there's
Okay,
like
they
like
just
you
look
could
like
no,
that.
it's flat. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just flat.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It, it looks like you ever see? They're usually for like ghetto things. It's like ghetto photoshopping where they just like.
Yes.
It's a lot of that not old English font, but it's like almost neon looking. I'd have to find like a club, press thing to find it.
Well, this would have been 2000, 2003, so that's very much of the style of the time, like Cash Money Records, right?
Yeah. It doesn't look too dissimilar from paperbacks you'd see at the time.
And for self-published,
Yeah.
Cafe.
Now, is that Ed behind the
Market.
mask? Peering out? Is that Ed?
It might be.
Or is that Fran? Or is that just, it looks to be cat eyes? I was, by the way, no thank you for Vince Russo in this.
No.
Didn't get any proofreading. Didn't get the job as proofreader. Didn't, no sounding board. Oh well. Now,
Before we crack this chapter, let me just get a drink of water.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. You're good. Are we going? I'm doing my thing. It's doing the thing where it looks paused still. I'm told Larry earlier and I'm just going to bring it up now before we dig in. I thought of today. I was thinking about, we're reading fiction again. I was thinking about all the books we've done so far. I feel like we're kind of, I don't know, some would accuse us of being haters. And I was thinking about what book would I read? What would I read if it was a wrestling book?
I mean, I'd read Steve's second book right now.
Well, we did like Steve's, the first book there.
We love Brett's, even though it's goofy.
That I was thinking about that too, about how, fast forward Larry was like, "Can we get out of Calgary, please? God damn it!" And there is always that in a lot of these books. It's just you're kind of reading, like Mick Foley. You just want to get to what you know or what you've heard, and you want to get to those stories and know. And then the wrestlers also feel like they're like, "Well, I guess I got to get to this," but they don't really have much to say elsewhere, and you never really. I was seeing that there's no wrestler that I believe to be, I don't know, a good enough writer, talented, funny enough that would just like to riff. I was picturing a book that had like
your idea.
Chapters. Yeah, the chapters were like a move, and then he riffs on things over his career, like say he put Clothesline, and he's just riffing about just the stuff of life and just him, maybe there's one match where some guy did something or other involving maybe he met Stan Hansen once, something like just tying it all.
Like Snow's book.
What's that?
Yeah. But that was very half-baked. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like, why isn't there a wrestling book where the person like has enough substance to just kind of riff and not go like, and then I was born, da 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 da, and then we find a lot of these books, they don't want to tell any story. Like they'll be like, well, did I see that with Vince McMahon? Well, that's for another book I'll never write. Who's to say? Okay. Dark. I don't know if I don't know. It was just in my mind. There needs to be better wrestling books. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's the bar's low and there's a formula.
I know. I think about when Dave is enthralled with a book, and I always find myself thinking it can't be that good. Like it can't.
But there's also like a whole subgenre, like several of them that we kind of haven't explored either. I mean, there's like whole series about like the territories,
right? Yes.
And the business side.
Was it Brian Solomon and who are the other guys who do those?
The egg dome is cracking. Whatever that one is. But yeah, I am kind of when we have to eventually get to I would call it a history book.
I did buy a couple of years ago the New Japan. I don't remember what it's called. It's like a history of New Japan.
Yeah, I've got that on my Kindle.
I think I have Death of the Territory somewhere, and I know I have also
Tim Hornbaker.
Right. There you go. That was the guy. I think.
What was the other one that I read? The Nitro book. More than, and that's how do we? I mean, we'll just.
Maybe I'll take it to Capital Sports. Spend some time seeing your Bruno.
That'd be interesting.
Toots.
I'm
sure I could still find something with how they describe somebody. More Than Meets the Eye, Chapter 1.
Arnett.
And it starts out, man.
I feel like a woman.
He was gonna get some. He was gonna get some tonight. That was the sole jaunty thought on his mind. What?
We have a problem. Jaunty?
I mean, some of these I specifically highlighted and just wrote Larry, and that's one of them where I just was going to read turns of phrase that I was like, yes, soul jaunty thought. It's just the dance is, this thought is doing a little jig in his mind.
Already, I'm questioning. Man, I miss taking literature classes because, like, I'd just get baked and I would derail classes. And so here we go. Do you think he's writing from the perspective of what he perceives to be a certain type of man, or is there an irony of this character in the sense of like he's a sleazeball and he's getting some tonight, or is it Ed's macho alpha bullshit?
I legit had these notes where it was like, what is his one is POV? He does swap. He goes from
and that's kind of clever. It's not bad.
But he goes from their inner monologue to then he's outside of them narrate, but then they're also swapping, and I was like, man, I keep bringing up George R.R., but he'd keep this a little cleaner.
I gotta keep reminding myself 2003.
Yeah. Well,
because like I'm never like I'm getting some tonight. Like I'm going fuck.
How old was Ed Ferrara in 2003? Hold on.
So like what, 36?
He was born in 67.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, 66. So he's 39.
Okay, he's 39. Okay, I don't know how that makes me feel.
He's
well, then you can check and be like, I would write something like this. At now, rivers of clean water were forming, growing puddles around his bare feet on the cold floor. I highlighted that forming, growing.
I mean, I know what he's trying to say, but it's very clunky. Yeah.
You just take one of those out, and that would be growing. Not that he cared much. It wasn't his bathroom to begin with. It was for tonight. But after he checked out in the morning, any mementos of his day would be solely housekeeping's problem.
He's using context clues to tell us that he's in a hotel room.
Yeah, I wrote a much cleaner way to say all this. Say he stepped out of his hotel room shower. And then I said, I'm going to lose it again, or Larry's going to lose it if I just stop every few minutes to get out my red pen. So
yeah, we'll get through this in like 2 episodes.
It's going to be 2. So now, like to go, what Gus was saying, is this Ed's version of a smooth operator? Because he's going to describe a smooth guy here.
I don't think it is, though. I think you're giving Ed too much shit, because we do find out he's not a normal guy. Spoiler.
Yeah, but Ed's trying to convey to us that this guy's a smooth operator.
No, what Ed's clunky at is misdirection. And I'll say the sentence that I fucking hate when it comes up, but I feel like that's really what you're quibbling with.
I don't think. Well, okay,
he's
so
trying
this is
to
how
make you.
So
it's Ed's idea of him trying to. I don't even know how I'd fucking say it, because it's kind of an Inception thing. I don't know. He's trying to be clever about how smooth he is by inserting little hints,
right,
that aren't very subtle.
Well,
dude, was this the notes he got from his friends at UIC from Dr. Sare?
Dr. Raji.
This main character, with a little charm, a few of his patented lines, and a subtle, well-placed graze to the back of the receptionist's hand, he managed to get the pretty yet awkward 23-year-old to upgrade him gratis. I made a note of that.
I'm trying to print the PDF just so I can throw it in my fireplace.
You gotta say, though, Russo could never even form a page of.
Oh no, absolutely
no. He's getting.
I don't think Brian couldn't do this either.
That's because of the concussions. He'd lose track. What was I doing? What are a few of this guy's patented lines? I was like, oh, come on now. Now I'm trying to write this for him. A subtle, well-placed graze. You know how that is. He had that kind of power over women. He knew it, and he used it to get what he wanted, and tonight would be no different. And then he's talking about he's got the TV on, and this is to talk about the TV's always on, the hotel, the movie.
Lose the whole paragraph.
I know,
Don't
know,
eat
right? But that's because he's being occupied at night, and usually that's something that he's occupied with was panting heavily, screaming out his name, and clawing his back as he plunged deep inside her, over and over and over.
I mean, that was the sentence. It's like, we know you don't mean what you think we think you mean.
Yeah, I wrote.
I knew
barf.
right there was going to be a screw job. I'm like, he's talking about killing her. I knew it
Yeah,
just
with
from
a
that
knife.
sentence before I'd read on.
You didn't think he was talking? You don't think he was talking about stabbing her with his penis?
No.
you read knife.
But to his credit, it takes that swerve, so I'll save my hate for that, because you know what I mean. So maybe he is trying to be a little literal, or obvious.
Russo losing his shit reading this in his Finnish basement.
Pacing. Wait, why
He's a vampire, bro. I should have seen it.
You were talking about a knife or his teeth. I thought you meant his penis. So he's having meetings during the day. He consults his ass off. That's his job description. At night, he become a dashing gentleman of mystery, projecting an aura. Ooh, an aura that was irresistible to the opposite sex, slightly dangerous yet unthreatening. For one night, he'd promise, he's talking about the women, he'd promise to remind her what it felt like to be a woman.
How do you remind someone what it means to be a woman?
I don't know. Vince Russo's like praying to God, helping the special needs children, having the bedroom to yourself. That is what it is to be a woman, bro. Yeah, Vince is getting hard.
Be a bitch. Backstabbing bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely liked this story. Oh. A different woman every night of every trip made him relish his single status. Out of nowhere we get Hampton. Is always, he's got a buddy at work, Hampton, who's always saying things with a lecherous twinkle.
Now, I wonder if Hampton is a reference to John Hampton of the Chicago Bears.
Oh,
I don't know. I want Larry to give me a lecherous twinkle. If he can do that.
This is another paragraph just to get rid of. Who the fuck is Hamilton? Hampton never comes up again.
It comes up right here. He knew how jealous Hammy was of him. Now we're on a nickname.
Well, you've got to also start planning the lore for the characters in part 2. I mean,
I'm okay with that.
Hammy goes in to investigate what happened with his lecherous twinkle. I don't have high hopes for him. So he knows Jelly's Hammy's. I know Hammy's jealous of me, and he wants all the grisly details of the conquest. Right? Hammy was married 22 years, and as wild as it got for him was getting some action on the second Friday of the month instead of the third.
Oh boy.
What was that? What Francine? Yeah, I feel like that's common.
Francine, this is like, is that what you think of marriage?
He saw the mask. He's like, this fucking mask got screwed more than I do.
Vince, yes, shaking his head. Ain't it true, bro?
Well, I'm thinking of Sopranos when Christopher makes the movie. And they're all watching it, and Carmela's like, "That's you, Tony." He's like, "No, it's not." She's like, "Yeah, that's you. You're that character."
It's exactly him. Well, what this character, we don't have a name for him yet, but he hasn't told Hammy one of the secrets to success is that he wears a little bit of makeup, just a small amount of makeup, a little base, a touch of eyeliner, maybe the faintest hint of color for his lips. It was a subtle thing like cologne. And Larry, yeah, I think you're right, Larry. He is clunkily trying to misdirect you. But then I'm thinking again, is this the character's talking? Then why is he thinking deception? Wouldn't he be honest with himself?
I'm okay with
That's what I'm saying. Where it's like, I get what he's doing, but then it's because he speaks from different POVs, and he's kind of in the middle.
That is a little frustrating, yes. But
let's see. So he's gonna like get these gals going, right? And he's gonna draw them in, and then they're gonna get back to his room, and they won't be able to put a finger on why they like him so much. Well, then he'd put their fingers wherever he wanted and let his own do the walking as well.
Okay.
Where's he putting those fingers? Huh? Eh? Yeah, there's some holes. The ear hole. Holes. And then they're doing the walking.
If you ever just get in there and then start playing like a puppet.
You ever,
what's going on?
You ever let the fingers do the walking, Larry, or the talking?
Brett is nodding as he's reading.
Hello.
Yeah.
So he's shaving his chin. Yes, dear.
Yes.
Oh, good night, honey. Not that it matters. So he's shaving his chin, and he's thinking, "Where am I going to go tonight?" Not that it mattered, because he batted 1,000 wherever he ended up. Vince Russo was like, "I know that means good."
What was the war, though, bro? Were they just singles or were they home runs?
Ed, have you heard about sabermetrics?
I'm still mad about Phil Mushnick and Ricky Henderson, but that's. I just.
When is Phil? Hey, when is Phil lying?
What an insufferable human being just to be around. Whether he's right or wrong, he's just smile once in a while, or just off yourself.
Just let people feel things.
How can you smile, Larry, when the world is the way it is?
There's so much smut on TV.
Yeah, he knows how everything actually works. Nothing to be happy about. Here we go, Larry. Did you like this?
I'll munch on this.
The main character here, he'd have the gal usually have her dress off before the echo of the closing door finished reverberating within the stark hotel room walls.
Stupid words.
Yeah, I just wrote bad shit. The hollow sound of the ringing phone.
I'm like Michael Winslow.
It surprised him, and he almost nicked his neck. These are paper thin hotel walls because the ring is coming from the hotel door next.
Yes.
It's reverberating.
And he almost nicked his neck with the razor.
Yeah.
Then he let the phone.
That consulting firm isn't putting up much money at this.
I know, right?
Holiday Inn Express.
True. That's very fun. Because he was like, "Oh man, my flight was overbooked." That's how he got the room.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would hope it was a free upgrade. The hotel overbooked. He let the phone continue to chirp. Well, yeah, it's in the other room. Is he talking about in the room? When he says the room in the next room, I took it.
No, it's his room.
Okay, in the next.
So it's
room.
it's the next room of his room.
The next room to the bathroom.
Yes.
Oh my God, Ed, stop. I know I'm stupid, but this isn't helping me. He didn't want to go out tonight with a piece of toilet paper stuck under his chin. You don't do that. If you're bleeding, the bleeding stops. You don't have to go out with the toilet paper stuck to your chin. What the fuck, Ed? So then he finished.
In smooth for pussy.
He finishes off and he strode naked into the next room.
You guys ever strode?
Yeah. Naked? You definitely, his arms are almost a march.
Do the Jackie Fargo strut just right out of the shower.
He's got a message on his.
I'm gonna
get some tonight. That's the start. Beep. Mr. Caesar, this is Rebecca down at the front desk. I was just calling to make sure everything was okay in your room. With your room, I mean. Here she giggled self-consciously.
The Queen's Econo Lodge, I guess. We're in here. I don't know what this accent is.
I don't know. I wrote here, Larry, Gus, can either of you give me a self-conscious giggle?
Well, okay. I think I encountered one 2 weeks ago, but I won't go into it.
No, you can't just come on.
There was a girl in the Dunkin'. Was it Dunks? Fuck, where was it? No. It was a Burger King, so not even as good as a Dunks. I pull up, and she's already very giggly, and she tries to take my card, and she drops it 3 times. And then she misspeaks like 3 or 4 times, just trips over her words, and is having a moment. I'm not even paying attention to her. And then she hands me the crown. It says a crown for a king, and does a little giggle. And it's like, okay, thank you. And pulled up. I gave it no attention.
No-sold the entire thing.
Yeah, it was awkward.
I would ask you, the dropping the card 3 times, that... Did she at least drop it inside of the window, or did she fumble it out?
Inside of the window, yes.
Oh, God. I had them do it outside once.
Oh.
I was... Not. I did not wordly express it, but I was internally just floored.
Larry's got himself a Burger Queen. Larry the Burger King over here.
That phrase caught me so off guard. I probably should have been nicer to him. I'm just like, what the fuck are we talking about? I'm getting a fucking Whopper on lunch from work. Just let me go.
It makes my chest tight, picturing you interacting in sincerity. Thank you, and you bow a little bit.
I've had to cut food stops, lunch places out of my rotation once it gets to the point where there's some sort of relationship established.
That's true.
I'm done.
Yes.
I'm a freak like that, though.
Yes.
At what point does my lady get off this eve? Is what you said to her.
And
after you're done attending the chicken and nuggets.
Jesus. Man, I should have went with it for the girl at the bocce pizza place, though. Oh, man. No, it was a lot of women, but I should have had more confidence.
Fuck yeah.
You strode over there and say, let me bocce your pizza.
Yeah, sorry, whatever your name was, Melrose Park, if you're listening.
She is. This is now going to be a love story. He remembers me.
No, this isn't about love. I need to stop talking. But no, the girl at the dispensary keeps telling me, she says, I love that you're Julius Caesaring your day, and I don't know what to do with that.
You're seizing the day.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
But she's using it in the, I am Julius Caesar, and I know in the act of Caesaring the day.
Yes. You're epileptic. You're prone to seizures.
True. I got the waddle foot, so...
Home of the jumbo slice?
Yes, sir.
Oh, was it? I just wanted to check in and see if there was anything that you might need before I get off for the evening. If you do need anything, I'll be down here at the desk until 11 o'clock, and then I usually go into the lounge for a drink before heading home. So if you miss me here, you can find me there. If you need anything, I mean. God, sorry, this is such a long message. I'm usually much better on the phone than this. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful stay. Good night. He smiled with a sly sense of victory. Larry, give me that sly sense of victory smile.
Go bet in 1,000. Very fun.
Was gonna get some tonight.
This is like an intentional walk. He doesn't even have to swing.
And then we have a page break, and it goes, she was going to get some tonight. She smiled with a sly sense of victory. The
Screw
discomfited
job. We've been swerved.
Vince Russo's mouth hanging open right now. The discomfited receptionist guys had served her quite
You know
well.
what? I'm gonna say this is predates Dexter. I'm gonna say Ed Ferrara.
Yeah,
I'm here for you right now.
Yeah, he's. Hey, look, he did what we always give.
Like music, you cut out some lines, but I can visualize this and make it good.
Our bare minimum credit is always, hey, they sat down and they wrote a book. So God bless him for that. He did the work. And now he's writing things like, she, working at the hotel, kind of saw the people coming in and out and how she runs her little routine as a sumptuous Brazilian churrascaria restaurant where platters of different
went
meats.
to the Texas de Brazil steakhouse and wanted to write about it.
That's where I was like, Dave now. He's nodding along. Yes, I'm very familiar. No one was suspicious that the mousy, bespectacled redhead behind the desk was doing
Wait, was he a Brazilian and redhead?
No. He was just comparing...
her and the line of men, like the platters of different meats that are brought out to you at a Brazilian churrascaria restaurant. Sumptuous.
Okay. Yeah, no, totally normal. I do that all the time.
So then there's a bunch. Look, Larry be so proud of me. 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, no notes.
Hey, I mean, she's just... Now, her description leans in more that she is a vampire.
She's a vampire.
Yes.
But then she's not a vampire because she's like,
he's kind of laying down the rules. Some of it's myth, some of it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
2003, we're talking pre-Twilight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got it. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm calling Ed Ferrara a pioneer.
Well, don't you know, Gus, that we wouldn't even have Twilight without 50 Shades of Grey?
Correct.
So there you go.
But I mean, here's Ed writing vampire erotica, like
pretty much. Ed, go farther. What was that? That was one of the notes. Yeah.
Wilson.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Okay,
50 Shades. No. Yeah, I flipped them. So Ed should just go farther. You know, he can just keep going. Get harder, Ed.
If he had a female pen name, he might get further.
Edna.
I know white men aren't respected in literature.
Not erotic vampire literature either.
His pseudonym would be Edna Francine. So she goes to, this is where you start going, okay, you're world building, but now I have more questions, where there's a support group for this condition where you only eat blood. And she has to go, hi, my name is Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. And I have the hunger. She does this. She's over 50 years old, but she looks young. She's not immortal.
Vampire.
It wasn't immortality. That's another misconception. That was close, but no Tipperillo. This Rebecca is brand loyal. That's how she sees the phrase "close but no cigar." Dating herself. So then I can't figure out, is Caesar his first or last name? She says Mr. Caesar, but then it's he's only referred to as Caesar after that.
I don't know.
Well, Caesar was a perfect.
Maybe it's like Madonna. But
he's a one-name guy.
Yeah. Mrs. Madonna, Mrs. Cher.
Well, she's thinking that Caesar's self-confidence as a coxman had oozed out of every pore.
It's such a good word.
Yeah.
Listen, Brian wouldn't use that word. Russo wouldn't use that word.
That's true.
She was gonna get some tonight.
Fuck yeah.
And this is where I was like, okay, so Ed's got to do something here, because the tension was, you go into this going, okay, so who's going to be, is this guy going to be a monster? Is he going to encounter the monster? Okay, now it's her. Now she's the monster. So now I guess we're waiting to see her trip
Feeds
up
on
the other
cloud.
guy, you know.
Automatically.
I was like, to Ed's, I don't know, credit? I don't discredit. Who we rooting for? What are we reading here?
You just gotta let the facts play out.
So we go. He's back. He's Caesar. This is where it starts getting a little iffy on if he's Caesar and if he's Rebecca, because he's both, and then also outside of them.
Caesar,
Mr. Caesar,
sees her,
or he is ahead of his time again. He's thinking about maybe an ape, and he's thinking apes stronger together.
Well, he wouldn't be ahead of his time. That was from 1967.
Yeah, but it's not Caesar from the original. There was no.
Yes, there was. There was Caesar. Caesar was always the original.
But he wasn't. It wasn't like the one now, where he's like they have
the fourth and fifth movies are.
Yeah, that's
not
right.
many people have seen those, but I have.
Apes stronger together. I still stand by Ed being ahead of that.
I don't know if that moral
that's Caesar
from Land of the. Okay,
that's Caesar. Right. That's the one more. That's like number one. That's huge to Caesar. You would know this if you've seen him. Anyways, so he sees Rebecca stride into the room, and he practically fell out of his chair when he realized who she was. He's doing the old double take. He's going, whoa! And she's the...
All right, I'm like an old-timey Nickelodeon.
She's the archetypal virgin librarian. Don't, Larry. That's how you say it.
You know the type. The one that becomes a sexual wildcat once the glasses are off.
Yeah.
But is that such a bad thing to reference, though? Because you're trying to convey a picture, and it's a visual for the reader to quickly latch onto.
Sure.
Yeah, you definitely know what he's talking about. If you're a dirty pervert like Ed, you know exactly what he's talking about. You know the type. They ooze. They oozed pure sex. More oozing.
They do. You can stop.
And
I need to cut myself off.
And guess what? Well, she's got her. He's like, her glasses are gone now too, and her hair's down too. It's working.
It's she's all that, or
yes. Man, Ed was ahead of his time.
That was out already.
Oh dang, he's ripping off She's All That. Damn. She's also wearing a knock me down and fuck me cocktail dress.
Yes.
Thank you. He had always been a breast man. So I'm like, are we in Caesar's dirty little mind right now? She was showing enough cleavage to make his knees buckle in anticipation of burying himself in that bountiful chest later on. He was always
you ever see it was like just amazing that you have to bump out of the like office chair.
Yeah. Your fucking knees are getting weak. You're so fucking old. You're so old. He said he always had been a breast man.
You've never seen I'm sorry for being crude. A pair of tits so nice that you have trouble standing.
Yeah, you feel faint. Where's the fainting couch?
Jesus.
I was born a breast man, and I'm going to die a breast man.
Mr. Caesar's consulting his ass off during the day, thinking about those big old fucking titties.
No, what is that? What item from the Texas steak Brazil is he conjuring up in his mind?
I don't know. Brisket, I guess.
Porterhouse,
Boston butt. Oh wait, he's a breast man. Sorry, ribs. So I think this is Ed revealing himself. Are you ready? So she's got sleek, flawless toned leggings. She's a redhead. She's got a big old titties. He thinks.
Oh, fucking Mad Men.
Wait,
What's her name?
Ahead of his time. No, he thinks he thought as she approached that she is saying with her whole thing, face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot, which is what Mary Jane Watson always says to Peter Parker. And he's basically describing a Mary Jane Watson. And so this is just Ed being, why didn't him and Brian Gewirtz get along?
They were like two.
They didn't overlap.
Yeah. Never got the chance to.
That's too bad.
But Brian respects
It
his
is too
game.
bad.
I mean, working with Vince, always collecting a check,
Well,
watching
but
Vince
writing
just
for-
absolutely.
Writing for Weird
I would've-
Science and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
I
he's
would have
got
liked Ed.
credentials.
Let's get Ed writing for the XFL. If we've got like horny vampires, like with.
Oh, hell yeah. Why isn't Ed never got an NXT gig? I can't believe that.
No.
He's right there.
He's right there.
He watches from his window in his office.
He cries.
You know what? I bet if him and his wife are still together. Also, you didn't let us know if you found anything,
didn't.
but
Good, you pervert.
Both are pretty common, Italian-y names.
yeah.
There's a lot of Francines.
But I'm wondering if it was like, no, you're not allowed to do this wrestling thing ever again, type thing, or maybe he has the.
Ooh,
But I also think he's out there doing shoot interviews and shit too. I'm sure he's probably talked about it.
I might have found her.
Jeez, leave her alone, Larry.
Okay.
Later be mad because we're on page 19 and he says Caesar and I wrote, is it his last name or first name? I'm still on it at that point. They're exchanging. They're now sitting, they're drinking in the bar. They're doing a mock disappointed look. They're flirting. He's like, oh, were you planning on leaving after this drink, or something? She goes, no chance of that. I didn't get all dolled up to go home and watch Conan. I was like, okay, again, this is Ed being like, this would be my dream girl. Just so this is somebody that you'd find attractive, right?
Yeah.
In the year 2000.
The double entendres started to fly between them at a heightened pace. What is it exactly that you consult on? Acquisitions and mergers. Is that something you're an expert in? Acquiring and merging? I wrote all that. None of that happened. I just wanted to know what double entendres were in Ed's mind.
Sure. I know.
He casually brushed one of her curls back from her cheek, and as his hand fell away,
come on, curly red hair. You're just getting greedy.
Yeah.
it lightly glanced down the side of one of her perfect milky breasts.
They're just so fucking big. He can't. His hand's just drawn to him.
Seemingly innocent enough gesture, which could be interpreted as accidental or intentional.
This was 2003. Remember when you could leave a little bit of room for
Remember when you're casually brushing hair from someone's cheek and then you drop your hand across the side of their fucking milky breast. And you're like, oh, and then you're gauging you stare at him and you're like, I'm sorry?
Her shudder let him know he was on the right track.
Yes. He's attuned to those subtle messages. And then her hand goes to his lap.
He's like Tom Cruise in Magnolia.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Big-titted Mary Jane. No. Here. He tips the bartender generously.
She was gonna get some.
Yeah, they're going. Oh boy, I got mad at Ed.
This
here.
is terrible too. Keep going.
Right up to the 14th floor was torturous as they ended up sharing a car, and I was like, just call it a fucking elevator. What do we? They meet. There's an elderly couple, and they want to just fuck. And there's an elderly couple from Moline in there.
Oh, I know where Moline is. I can relate to this story. If I saw a couple from Moline, I'd be like, yeah, you're here to fuck. You're in the big city.
So they recognize Rebecca from the front desk. So they're talking, and it says, and see now he's outside of them. And he goes, Caesar and Rebecca were forced to mere surreptitious. Fucking hell.
Oh,
Surreptitious. Hold on, I've got it. Surreptitious. Surreptitious. Diddling. It was worth it, right? In such a non-exclusive environment. Her shoulder. Okay, so then Caesar's got his arms around her, right? He's behind her, and he's wrapping his arms around her shoulders while subtly pressing his hardness against her trim bottom.
God.
So Ed heard about Sean and Sonny.
2003. What that fat is.
So they get to the room. I think it's his room.
Well,
Rebecca's.
don't skip the next sentence because it's so smutty. You have to say it.
Oh, but this turned her on all the more as she could feel the blood pulsing through his manhood, even through the layers of clothing. Layers. 2 of them. It made her all the hungrier. So they get into her room. Is everyone's rock hard, right? I'm not the only one. I'm scared and I'm fucking hard. They're in the hotel room. Soon her dress is a crumpled heap on the floor. Her heavy breasts swelled with longing. That's how boobies work. As his lips parted company from her mouth. Let's see. He's like, oh yeah. Oh, she eyed his neck eagerly. She throws her head back in ecstasy. She's going to just give it one more moment. Then she heard the sickening crunch and felt the tearing. Her eyes went wide as she sensed what seemed like a cool breeze on her neck. Not only on it, but also inside of it. And she realizes he's eating her.
That's a gentlemanly thing to do at the first date.
Yeah. She notices. What? Yes, I agree. Larry's shaking his head.
That was a double entendre.
I get it.
Listen, it's blue. It's Sunday. Working on a blue.
Yeah.
She sees blood pooling around her. The blood is forming rapidly, growing a puddle. And I was like, what's with the forming and the growing of puddles? And then she realizes he was wearing makeup, perhaps to give ruddy life to his otherwise pale, aged, and corpse-like complexion. And I was like, okay, wait, hold on. Dracula, the consultant, is friends with Hammy, Caesar. Then that's where I was like, why is his inner monologue when we're with him being like, I'm handsome and fucking cool?
I don't know.
But other than to just swerve us.
Yes.
And then why is Hammy, in his mind, Hammy's like, you would wear makeup? But her, she's like, oh, he's a corpse. He needs makeup.
Well, she's a woman. It's, you know what I mean? They notice it.
How fucking ugly is Hammy?
Yeah.
You're pretty good looking, Caesar. I'm a piece of shit.
Just tell me about that broad you banged.
Yeah.
How big were her jugs?
Yes, I know you're a breast man.
Did your fingers do the walking? Come on, tell me. You only bang once a month.
Yeah. What hole? Where did you put the fingers? She did smile.
Did she feel your hardness in the elevator?
Yeah, I bet it was so fucking
Tell me about your manhood.
You know what I like about tits? When they swell with longing.
I don't know who this guy is, but this is.
It's Hammy.
It's Hamden, quote unquote Hammy, his best friend.
No,
It's
sorry.
The one who wants the grisly details.
the grisly details. Yes. Who's jealous because he's married? He's got his fucking life
Oh
sorted.
no, I just meant the voice we
Oh.
landed on.
Yeah.
Sound like Amy to me.
No, it's the perfect Hammy voice. I picture him in like just a sleazy dive, like in
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Yeah, he's a big old piece of shit.
what neighborhood do I want to put him in?
He's taking pictures of upskirts. You know, he thinks he's fly with his cell phone.
Yeah, I got this broad on the L.
Cat calling the secretary at the consulting firm.
Yeah.
Owned by Belmont and Wilson.
Can you give me, Larry, an ironic, helpless little smile? If anybody can cuss, Larry.
An ironic,
Helpless little smile. That's what she gives him as she's being eaten. She gives him a smile that was ironic and helpless. Little smile. A little one, too. Because she knows, she finds it ironic, even though she's not us, the reader.
Is he
Well, you get to be
Ren's?
turned into a vampire, so there's kind of like.
I guess she
there's
finds
an
it ironic
upside.
that she's getting eaten and she was going to eat him. I would
Or
be
this is-
surprised.
Like, oh, we talked about you eating me, but I didn't realize it was going to be like this.
She's like,
Isn't
oh,
it ironic?
you're that Caesar from that support group. Oh my god. I knew. Yeah, he rends her face from her skull.
So there's 13th stepping in the vampire support rooms. That's interesting.
Yeah, you got to call and be like, I want to rend a face from a skull. He plunged his blood-soaked hands deep inside her lifeless rib cage. That's how rib cages all should be. Greedily wrenching free the sweet organs housed inside, he smiled to himself. He knew he was going to get some tonight. There you go. That's the first one.
That's fine.
Is this still housekeeping's problem? I'm not concerned. There seems to be a big mess. And then he's also got a lot of witnesses.
And you got, like, who's running the hotel now? And, like...
The couple in the elevator.
Kind of turned into... Jiminy Glicked it for a minute.
Why you gotta go to a different place every night? If anything, the smart thing would be... And this is really smart because you're a vampire and you're going to be around for a while. You should invest in some real estate and you should be, like, the hotelier. Who...
Yes.
You know.
Was the generous tip to the bartender?
No, even better. I would do an old person's home, and then I would collect all the Social Security checks. Now I'm making money. I'm drinking blood. We're making money.
Old gross blood.
Doing a lot.
Yeah, you need.
Yeah, because I'm drinking all this blood and I'm making all this money.
You would definitely need a Renly at that point, a little assistant. Or what is that his name? The assistant's name all the time, Renly, or something like that.
Who?
From what?
Hold on, I'm gonna find it right now.
Renly?
Or Harkness. Could be Harkness. I'm thinking of the movie. I think.
What movie?
Well, anything Dracula, where he always ends up with a little assistant guy who's like, "God help me."
Oh, it's like a Smithers type.
Yes. So were you guys?
It wasn't offensive. It was fine. You know.
It would be like a good, like, you can make a good 15-minute segment on it, on some sort of, like, what do you call those type of...
Are you
like,
afraid of the dark? Well, except without all the sex, but...
Exactly.
Ed probably was not alone when he heard about that show. I am afraid of the dark. Have you seen those glow-in-the-dark models? Yikes.
Whoa. Hey.
Well,
I was born in Arizona, but I went to college in New Jersey. I'm currently residing in Chicago. Now I'm down in Florida. You don't know what voice to use because the only time I was on TV was talking like I was from Oklahoma.
I heard him in that convention interview. He sounded exactly how I did it.
No.
Where he's like, I can't do it right now on the spot. Vince and Ed strike again, I wrote. Oh, the girl with a disease gets destroyed by the very cool dude. Nope. This harlot got the guy. Or no, the very cool dude got the gal. Yeah, not this time. She was going to try to destroy this dude. And that's the consequences of being a duplicitous harlot, I wrote. You got. Are we ready for photo finish? The next one. The concept of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Carl Ramsey, we got a name. Tighten the noose around his neck. He's taking a deep slug of Jack. And he's draining that clunky squared bottle down his throat. This is where I'm kind of writing, like, Larry, like, don't need this, don't need that.
Yeah.
As Carl tilted his head back, what Carl does is he takes pictures and he creates beautifully composed digital collages. Okay, that's what he does with his pictures. He's a loner by nature. One of those tortured artist types.
Well, hang on. He's going to hang himself.
Yes, that's what he's doing, by the way.
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
I should be clear. I'm just moving on. Like, anyways, he's drinking. He's got a rope around his neck. Yes, he's going to hang himself. He considers himself
You're
a tortured
burying the
artist.
lead.
That's where we're starting with this, a photo finish. And then before he does that, he's going to think, how did I get here? Let's see. He likes the noise outside the city. Other various and sundry alarums and excursions. Carl had originally romanticized living the life of the starving artist, but the grim reality of the starving part had embraced him more and more over the past 2 years. Carl thinks failure is temporal. Guilt, on the other hand, is eternal. So he's the windows open, the gentle breeze blew his smoke-stained sheer curtains inward like two ghostly hands. Then he smells the city. Here are the smells of the city. Roasted nuts, old hot dogs, burnt kebabs, diesel exhaust, sun-baked urine. And they're all mixed together. And he's remembering going out, and he sees a 3-year-old. He's got the exact year, I guess. He knows the model. It was a 3-year-old inkjet photo printer. He caught his eye from halfway down the block. It's a guy selling it on the street. And he goes through all this stuff that this guy has. Nobody cares. And he feels like Carl feels like his work is only being seen by various hipster galleries around town. And he's finding that even for digital work, everyone wanted hard copy portfolios delivered in person. The irony of this killed him, but he was determined to get a showing somewhere, somehow. He was confident that one gallery display was all it would take for him to become established. Just feeling a little bit of Ed here from the beginning. This digital guy, he could succeed if everybody wouldn't stop asking him for a picture to hold in their hands. Look, I just showed you on my little camera window here the email I sent you in 2003. Look at the digital collage. Look at it. Answer your email. So, and as like Ed, he thought this short story book is going to get the ball rolling on Father's Day. So street vendors are sharks that could smell a mark from a mile away. And he's looking at it, and he touches the printer. He's staring at the printer. The printer was cool to the touch, almost cold. But then the dusky vendor... What do you think he means by that? Dusky vendor.
I know exactly what it means, but I can't say it out loud.
And then he writes, and I don't know what voice you could do for this, but I'll just read it plainly. You like printer? I make special deal for you. You just whatever you're thinking that it sounds like. So he goes, no, I'm not interested. I was looking at this chair. And he's like, no, you're looking at the printer. But he's like, hey, you want the chair? $25, I'll give you the printer too. And Carl thinks maybe this guy is sharper than he's letting on. He can tell that I do want the printer. So he's negotiating with this guy and says, hey,
He wants the printer.
why
He's
are you so eager to get rid of this printer? Is it broken? And the guy says, no, just don't like.
My brother.
Copy
his butt.
You get a little parentheses joke that he is because he tries to sell on the Reader's Digest, or he tries to sell somebody at the Reader's Digest, is collector's item.
So it's Borat.
Yeah. So Carl talks about he's going. You can tell, I guess, that Ed's like 39 in this because Carl goes home and he's going to get on the internet and hook up the printer. And he goes, Ed's thinking, oh man, I just already said that he's poor. The reader's probably going, yeah, I thought you said this guy was poor. Why would he have the internet? Well, don't worry. As tight as money was, the internet wasn't a luxury for Carl. It was necessary to a digital artist as acrylics and canvas were to a painter. Okay? He needs the internet. And again, if printers had voices, this one was a basso profundo. He's touching the printer again. The computer printer. Not just cool, cold. And it sent a chill up Carl's arm and down his spine. And he's shivering. Oh.
Woo!
Then, because to be clear here, why he's talking about how it sounds and all this. He's hooked up the printer and he goes, you know what? I took a picture of the street vendor outside. I'll print that. That'll be the first picture I print.
That's got to waste a lot of ink.
And now, I know, he doesn't know if it has, he doesn't check. He just literally turns it on. He hooks it up, turns it on, because he's surprised that it actually has ink in the ink jets.
Peanut!
And he hears commotion outside. And
Thank you.
And he rushes out to see what it is. And he runs out to where people are crowded around, and directly in front of him, a burly construction worker abruptly turned and vomited into the gutter. And then Carl slips through. Then he goes, people back away, and he goes, I can see now.
Oh, hey, he's walking.
An SUV had jumped the corner of 102nd and 2nd Avenue, plowing into a tall signpost and knocking it down. The sharp, flat steel of the heavy street sign affixed to the top of the post had sliced through the air and, like a butcher's cleaver, found tragic purchase with the hapless street vendor on the sidewalk below. The man had been literally sliced in two from shoulder to groin.
So Ed wrote Final Destination.
Yeah. Tragic purchase. Truly tragic.
Shit, I gotta get you water, Peanut.
So he's looking, Carl's looking, he can't believe it. I wrote at one point, is Carl British? I don't know why I wrote that. Who knows? He's thinking maybe the printer did that? And he's shooing the thought away. And I wrote, it's not written, but we think Carl physically shook his head to illustrate shooing the thought away.
Yes.
Okay. This is why I wrote, is Carl British. Upon returning to his flat.
Do they have 102nd and 2nd? Do they name streets like that in Europe? Maybe like
our building.
Is it
I was
going to
complain that if it's New York, he's not poor living there. That's Upper East
Oh, no.
Side.
And he's got internet.
If you're living in New York, you're not poor.
All of our New York listeners, all of them, are shaking their head and go, cost of living, you don't even know.
No, you know what? This is a podcast for the Heartland.
That's true. We're shaking our heads going, if you only knew.
You
Living the
could
high
buy a
life out
mansion
here.
for your
Yeah.
rent. You
I'm telling
fools.
you.
Rent's due.
You could own half of Toledo for what you pay in New York.
Yeah, baby. That's why we call Larry the Toledo King. He does own half of Toledo. So he's back at his flat. He's engrossing in his work, and boy, when he reveals what his work that he's engrossing himself in. Well, he does, by the way, keep noting the rodents in his apartment.
Yes.
I thought it was flat.
Because his flat, they're not chipping in for their fair share of the rent.
What is this,
and
Joe's
his land-
apartment?
Yeah. His landlord is Mrs. Spivak. Present tense, Mrs. Spivak was Carl's landlady. Past tense,
I am Mrs. Spivak. I am the landlady.
Past tense, she'd been a Mrs. And then he's like, that guy's gone. And he doesn't know why. All that's left.
I did not have to change my last name. Me and my husband.
She's a sour, lonely old crone. So did you think at this point he was going to take a picture of Mrs. Spivak?
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. But to her tenants and then Vince Russo takes over. Her tenants who, to a man, couldn't stand the old bag.
He's a hypochondriac.
Just like Fruitsy.
To a man, bro. No one liked her. She had a ratty little Pomeranian named Angel Pie.
Hey, Amy.
So, to get on her
Sounds
good side,
familiar.
to get on Mrs. Spivak's good side, what Carl does is he dotes and baby talks and gushes all over the dog. And so now he's got this printer. You'd think, okay, he's going to print all those pictures of his that if he just would put in a damn portfolio. Well, no, he's late on the rent, so he's got to make a digital collage of the dog, and he's going to give that to her and go, I'm working on the rent thing. Come on, Carl. And some of the photos are candid and some are posed. And he's got a lot of pictures of this dog, Angel Pie. And he says, he's looking at some of the pictures. He's critiquing himself. But Carl wasn't creating art now. At best, it was nearly as good as currency. At the very least, it was an IOU note that could stave off his rent payment for another couple of weeks. Yeah, he thinks that this is... And have you ever seen a digital collage? A digital picture collage? I went, that's art.
All right, you got another month. You son of a bitch.
When I hang this on my wall.
You're lucky I just got one of those digital picture frames for my grandson.
Oh man, when those came out, Carl's thinking, finally. Finally, they figured it out. Now, he's looking at the pictures now later. He finally...
Swig a beer for the working man.
He's Carl is looking through his pictures that he was printing out to make the collage. So this was a physical collage he's made, not a digital one. And he's seeing that there's imperfections all over the just like he'd seen in the picture of the street vendor, which I think again he described. I missed it, but he has another description for that guy. It's not Dusky. It's something else, but it's in the same vein as Dusky. But that guy had a line in the picture through him. Oh, then he got cut down the middle, and then the Angel Pie pictures are all messed up. And although Carl has also felt chills once again on some of this, and it turns out that the dog had been attacked by another dog when they went out for a late night walk. And this is where I think Carl gets chilled. He realizes, oh my gosh, the dog got eaten. That's why all the pictures were messed up with the dog. But he'd been working for hours, making this physical collage, and now it was quite late, and he needed to go to bed. He's trying to push away his thoughts. He's beginning to think, oh my God, is it the printer?
Like paranoid fireworks.
Yeah.
You know the type.
Yeah. Well, there's fireworks that are.
I'm thinking of Blowout. You know, like that one of the final scenes in Blowout when Travolta's got the fireworks behind him.
Ed's trying to paint a movie scene for you. He later in a story literally starts just writing jump cut. It's like, you know what I'm talking about.
Like, you guys remember that show Fact or Fiction with Jonathan Frakes?
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like these stories could very easily be like adapted into that vein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying they're not Twilight Zone ready?
No, they're
what
not.
was that other one we were watching? Tales from the Dark Side?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
What
Outer
was it?
Limits.
Outer Limits.
Outer
Right.
Limits, yeah.
Right. George R.R. Martin wrote for that. Had an episode. It's a pilot episode.
I don't know if it's quite there yet either. No, it's not, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
That show had some. Ed would have liked it. There's some horny episodes in that series.
Yeah, there's not enough horny in the story, so.
Well, now hold on. Carl does have a noose around his neck. We don't know what's going to happen.
Is he David Carradine it?
Well, right now he's thinking about the printer.
If we were foreshadowing, we'd have an In Excess song playing.
Let's see. So he's like, I'm going to test this thing. This is getting into Sean Oliver territory. I'm going to print more images, but choose the shots. They don't feature any people or animals. So he's printing all the pictures off of this printer that already he's not really investigating it. He's not going, my gosh, why is it printing like, the paper's fine. Of looking at he's just printing off a bunch of pictures of buildings he's taken. And the quality and rich colors of every print. Carl is saying in this story, my photography sucks, and the printed pictures are making it better.
I didn't read the last half of this. He doesn't take a picture of the World Trade Center, does he?
I made that note.
Okay.
I wrote one slight flaw. If this is like in Sophie's journal when she's testing out theories, and we kept going, why is she doing the weird version of testing it out? Because I was like, what if? So he's like, I know, I won't hurt animals or humans. I'll just do a building. People are in the building, man. What if the building exploded? Ed should have written. I did write that he printed out a picture of the World Trade Center, and then it's revealed. Dun dun dun. No.
I mean, really, if anything, these are just Goosebumps books. Notes of Goosebumps books.
I did write. There's, I think, a story here later where I'm like,
Say
this
cheese
is some
and die.
Goosebumps. Yes, this is some Goosebumps ass shit. Oh yes, a haunted computer printer. Oh yeah, we're doing Goosebumps, baby. So he's got an appointment at the prestigious Marmara Gallery, and he realizes now in hindsight, as he's teetering on the chair, that the assistant to the guy probably made the appointment and not the guy, because when he gives the guy the book, the guy doesn't like it. The what does he call it here? The curator is flipping through his now portfolio he's now printed out of just all buildings, because he was definitely not going to do people through an issue. He's all the care of someone leafing through an issue of Maxim while sitting on the crapper. That's some kind of
2005 quote
that Ed has experienced. He's on the crapper, he's sleeping. He's like, you know what I'm talking about. No, Ed, I've never flipped through a Maxim on the crapper. Please, I'm an adult. Playboy.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, in 2005, my friend who was the first one of us to get his own place, you better believe, had a subscription to Maxim, and they were in the bathroom.
Why not just have a subscription to Playboy?
This is a little classier. This won't scare the broads that are over your house.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Oh. In case, this is the guy, the curator. In case you hadn't noticed, this is an art museum. When my sister needs pictures of her kids, I'll tell. Oh, some of these are his old pictures. I'll tell her to come visit you at the Sears Portrait Studio or wherever you work. In the meantime, I have a lunch date, and I've already given you more of my time than you warrant.
God.
And Carl he's watching the man who just raped him mince out of the museum. I wrote, Ed, no. What is with the casual throwing around? Come on. I don't recall any Stephen King where he was like, Ted yelled at me so much I thought he raped me. This and other activities in the dome. This is Russo now here. His entire career, his entire life had led up to this moment. And now they're being cruelly dashed on the rocks of haughty indifference and arrogant elitism. So he follows the curator out the door and he snaps a picture of him. Coral, I got this. Don't worry. Carl stormed back into his hovel. Now it's a hovel. It's been a flat. It's been an apartment. Now it's a hovel. And he's not thinking straight. I don't have anything because we wouldn't know what he's doing. He's printing off that damn picture. And he's looking at the picture and he's like, where are the imperfection? Where are the lines? Where, But then he's looking closer because, he took it outside. The imperfections in the photo, they're all then he noticed the children in the background, a group of 16 school children, no more than 7 years old, smiling, laughing, happy to be out of their classroom on this beautiful day, flanked by 3 adults. And then he sees they're all like zigzagged out, all of them, the adults, the children. It was billed as one of the most horrifying accidents in New York City history. A non-union crew renovating a loft on the 5th floor made a crucial error. The crucial error? Knocking out a supporting wall. Because they misread their blueprint.
When you hire non-union. It's
Yeah.
a good fucking lesson.
You're going to misread that blueprint. So then the children, their teacher, and the 2 chaperones are crushed by crumbled brick and mortar. As the dust settled on the pile of rubble. Yeah, that one guy that pulled on the. Well, I mean, what are they? They knocked it down with the machine. What are they doing here?
Why you gotta pull the permits?
There's a giant inflatable rat right up
after 45 minutes of back and heartbreaking labor, it was determined there were no survivors. No survivors. That was the Post's somber headline. Wasn't the Post the one that would be like, it's bricked?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they wouldn't have no survivors. Like you were saying, like, rats do it again.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the Post would be anti-union. They're a Rupert rag.
Let's see. Who do I play that? Sour mash scented debris scattered across this dusty floor. Oh, okay. Yes, he's okay. He's swaying now, right? Okay, and he set up his camp, so he's back now into the present. This is why he's guilty. He's not really concerned about the guy that was really responsible for this accident, who's now in like years of therapy for killed 16 children. And he's probably all gummed up in the courts. There's going to be a lot of like wrongful death lawsuits. Carl he's distraught now. It's his fault. He printed
non-union contractor.
Yeah. He's distraught. He's dropped his bottle of booze, which is shards of sour mash scented debris scattered across the dusty tile floor. And he's got his camera set up because he's going to take a picture of himself as he does this. The ultimate Kodak moment.
God.
Time to say cheese.
And die.
And he tries, and it doesn't work. He falls to the ground in a heap. Cacophony is brought up quite a bit in this book. Everything's a cacophony if it's more than one sound. I'm seeing that. I didn't make a note of it. I'm just now, as I'm going through it again, that's the third time he's used cacophony. So Carl realizes he is, I was going to say pregnant. That's wrong. He's paralyzed.
Oh, I'm paralyzed. I'm Carl.
He's feeling relief and also dread. And then it says in italics, I guess we're in his mind. What's the definition of mixed emotions? Watching your mother-in-law backing over a cliff in your new Cadillac? So Carl used to work the Catskills, and that's his sense of humor as a young tortured artist. He's thinking like that. He goes, well, no, it's finally working up the courage to kill yourself and failing, knowing that you're going to have to do it all over again. And then he realizes he's paralyzed from the neck down. And he flashes back to junior high with Ronnie Bennett and Stan Bruford. Hey, we got first and last here. I love it. Then as now Carl was trapped. Just like then when they held him down, they beat up his friend. So I think that's a personal thing that happened to Ed. Let's see. So the picture got taken as he was failing to kill himself, and the single paper, it's fluttering down. He's watching a single sheet floated gracefully down from above, twisting and twirling through the air like a lazy autumn leaf. Carl's self-portrait landed against one of the table legs directly in front of him. I wrote, it's not the printer, it's God at this point. Why is God mocking Carl? He's making this picture land perfectly so it's in his field of view. Unless the printer was very good at spitting it out with malice.
It's a haunted printer. It's going to do things.
So now he's trying to close. Okay, so then he sees the picture and he realizes that his body has all these like pinpricks on it. It's all these little like imperfections all over his body from below his head. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're paralyzed. But no, it's the rats. All the rats are coming out like foul piglets to eat him. And he's paralyzed. And he can hear his flesh tearing. And he tries to close his eyes, but he can't in a cruel cosmic joke. I was like, you can close your eyes, I think, if you're paralyzed from the neck down, from the shoulders down, whatever you're saying.
Well, that's why it's a cruel cosmic joke.
So it's God. It's not the printer. And then the rats eat him all night long.
All night long.
So these rats were waiting for Carl to be paralyzed, because sleeping he'd just get up and get away from me. But then they're like, hey boys, he's paralyzed, let's go.
I like how you went Mickey Mouse with a rat.
What?
You went a little Mickey Mouse there.
We are now 2 stories in, and Ed's new monsters are vampire, not really vampire, and a haunted computer printer. How's he doing? How we doing?
I mean, we're stopping there. I didn't read any more than that. But again, they're stupid. They're juvenile. There's a lot of editing to be done, but they're fine. They're at least in the structure of a story.
Is it worth $14.95 plus shipping and handling?
No, this is a $7 mass market paperback. Probably not even that. Maybe just a pamphlet.
Yeah, I like Hammy.
Yeah.
You liked Hammy?
Yeah.
So you're not recommending this to anybody, Gus? Are you going to start reading horror fiction?
No, I mean, and then I realized I read the shit out of Goosebumps, so I just
So you do have a bar. Is it better
I
or
do.
worse than Goosebumps?
Worse for sure.
It's definitely hornier than Goosebumps.
What does R.L. Stein think about Israel Palestine?
Uh-huh. I wonder if I can find that out. R.
You gotta look it up.
Stein. Israel. Just type that in. I mean, I'm not going to trust the AI.
No. He's not
Jewish
a good-looking
children's.
guy, is he?
Oh, come on now. Jack Black played him in a movie.
Did he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an Ohio State alum. Okay, that explains it.
Oh wow, local boy.
Yeah.
Jewish
The
children's
Ohio
authors'
State.
book sanitized without permission from the
Ooh.
Jewish Chronicle. Boy, that is a rough picture of him. That's
I think that's just a picture of him. He's not a.
Kinda
He's
looks
got a
like,
face.
Wow, look at this. He is from Bexley, Ohio. You know who else is from Bexley? Larry Flint.
Oh damn!
wow.
Same water.
What if they ever interacted, R.L. Stein and Larry?
And
Arnold
how I
Stone,
Met Your Mother star Josh Radnor.
Is this mean to say R.L. Stein kind of looks like the Henson Workshop created him?
Oh, that's what
Does that mean
that's
to
what
describe somebody as looking like?
Cornette's co-host used to say about Vince in his later years. Because he
It looks
kind
like
of
the
had
Henson Work?
floppy arms, and his face kind of looked like the land of
What does that say more about?
video.
Is
The
that more
Genesis,
about
you know what
Henson?
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Vince looked like at the end. Was one of those puppets.
I would say I mean, I know other, I'd say art and work is racist, is what I'm saying. Let's see. Stein is the author. So what would happen? What is he? Night of the Squawker. He said
He was
coming
canceled,
soon.
right?
R.L. Stein was.
I don't know. I'm just
Oh,
making
he
shit.
had a book. He had a book where changes were made referring to mental health and weight, removing words such as crazy for silly.
I listened to a podcast that reread some Goosebumps books, and they have edited some to reflect modern times.
It says instead of plump, the person is cheerful.
But I think towards the end, he was just having other people write them.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was farming
the
them.
heck?
Is cheerful really plump? You're going to replace plump with cheerful.
I always liked husky.
As a kid who had to shop in the Husky section, fuck you. I hated Husky.
Yeah, look at all that pudding he's eating. He's just so damn cheerful. What a cheerful kid.
Look, he's type 2 cheerful.
And then people were mad at him because they thought he was editing the books and he had to be like, I think this was like that, Roald Dahl thing. They're going, we're not editing him. Not us.
Yeah.
Nothing about Israel. That's what led us here. Another Jews in the News from thejewishtampa.com. I mean, he's on the National Library of Israel website.
Oh, I like he used to go by Jovial Bob Stein. As his pen name.
There you go. Nice. Well, okay. That's it then, I guess. We did it. Happy New Year's Eve and all that. Yada, yada. You guys got any big New Year's plans?
No.
Nah, I always like to get a good night of sleep on New Year's Eve. Kind of my tradition.
No snacks?
I'll be
No
watching.
champagne?
No, I'll be watching
Yeah.
fish. I'll be fucked up.
Watching fish? I thought you were going to say you're going to be watching the ball drop.
They
Watching
do a gag on New Year's every year. They play Madison Square Garden for 4 nights, and they do a gag.
What's the gag?
You don't know until it happens. It's always a surprise.
Oh, It was like a man in
Last
a
year was like
banana
a
costume
full
coming out.
musical like act thing. Act out.
Hamilton.
Like Hamilton.
They did Hamilton. I don't want to spoil this year's gag, but guys, we're doing Hamilton.
Well, some people think they're going to do something with drones because
Cool.
of the whole fucking, East Coast thing.
Oh, and then there's probably
Oh,
a bunch
God.
of stupid mutants that are like, what if the drones are from fish, man?
Larry, dive into it for me. I want the people's ideas of what the gag's going to be. I want the writer. Yeah, give me those. Send me those.
I can get you in 3 seconds here because I'm on the fish board. So,
God, I want to know what their SNL sketches they've got for when they get back here soon, and then I want to know their.
hey man, that fish episode, was it 2003 of SNL?
Mm-hmm.
We need to go through the SNL episodes together. I liked the Peacock version. It was so brisk. I was done with it in like 25 minutes. No bullshit.
But what about the music performances?
Listen, I do miss some of those, but
what about the whatever sketches that they're like, this doesn't really fit now in this time length?
I'm sure they're doing that. I haven't even looked them up yet.
Oh yeah.
Is Linda Tripp still in it?
Yeah, they don't edit those out too
Janet
much.
Reno?
Janet Reno might be edited out possibly.
Okay.
Will Ferrell's gone on record that he felt that was a little mean.
I'm pissed. I stopped before the next episode played last night, but the opening sketch was Will Ferrell as the Unabomber. So I'm gonna keep watching from where I was.
That's a pretty good one. I think there's a good one where he's the Unabomber that I like. Is it the one where they're like, he's just acting normal? Is that it?
He's like talking to his lawyer in jail. He's cuffed. He's in the jumpsuit already, and he's mounting a defense or something like that. I don't remember. I stopped. That was good.
Does OJ show up? I can't.
But I swear, every Sam Jackson sketch he was in was racially, like, supercharged. It was. He's playing the blackest man you've ever seen in every. He wasn't just like a couple member in one scene. No. It was turned up to 10 on all of them.
That happens now, like Chappelle or Chris, insert whoever will bring in their writers, and it's always, can we get Mikey Day in here so he can be the nerdy white guy? And it gets very, it's their material. It's odd that they don't. I don't know. What if it's the material for the other people? That just be white material then? Your bog standard sketch is just inherently white.
Sure. All right, we're done.
Wow.
We're devolving.
Comedy discourse. Colin, what'd you think? Thoughts?
Good night.
Bye.